So like,
She lying.
It's light. A big old glass hole in the ceiling.
Hold on. I be working 12-hour shifts. What's her job? She a police officer. Never mind. Never mind. There ain't stress there.
But yeah, that's also one of the problems.
Shit ain't stressful. She's a woman in a police uniform,
like,
man.
Arguments. They're like, listen, she's a police officer, and you're telling me she's not paying attention walking into the house? Like,
Yeah.
True.
You should double check what house you're in.
What happened to her 6 and shit?
But then,
she said,
like I said, it was a 13-hour shift.
All right, well, we got some guests in the back of our ears. I apologize for that. But we will go on as normal. As soon as I find the blunt, we can go on as normal. All right, bet. So,
found it.
What's going on, guys? My name's Cliff, and this is Higher Education's podcast. Today, I have got a litany of topics. In fact, I might sing a little song at the end.
Go away.
I might not be the only one singing at the end, but, we'll talk about it. All right, so first, I just want to talk about something I saw when I was at the dollar store. Basically, I was just, in there shopping, getting shit. I don't need, like, cookies, and pizza, and dollar condoms.
We had this whole conversation a while ago. Oh, yeah.
What?
You were the one talking about dollar condoms. Don't act like you wasn't.
I know what you said on that.
You caught me. But yeah,
One
so
of them extends.
I was just in there perusing the aisles. I didn't process what you said.
The dude yesterday was like, I would need 300 Viagra to fuck you. I was like, I thought you said, sorry. Were you? I'm sorry. I was like, most people don't need any.
What dude?
It was fucking long story. Definitely not right now.
Bumble.
Mm-mm.
Or,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Jesus.
What happened in Dollar World?
So I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I was just perusing the aisles at Dollar World, and I saw these two kids. They were like playing with toy guns, and I felt weird because I was there looking for guns for props. And I feel very weird. Like I have a toy gun over there, but like I don't want to hold a toy gun. It just feels weird for me to have something that I could potentially.
You should have started playing with them. It's like, yo, you guys want to buy me this gun?
And like, so
get shot for.
Yeah, basically, I was just like, whatever. And as I walked out, I saw the one kid had also bought handcuffs. And so one kid was on the ground, and the other kid was handcuffing the kid on the ground. And I just walked by, and I was like, don't do that. Like, get up. Don't do that. And they just looked at me and laughed, and I just kept walking. But I was like, we already have enough images of people like us on the ground, on our knees, cuffs, guns. I don't, it just felt weird. I don't want to be like, hey, you're a kid, don't play with toys, because that's what it is, essentially, is me telling a kid not to play with toys. It just felt weird, because I was like, all right, well, this is a weird image to see. And this isn't an image that I want you guys to have normalized. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
I was high, so I couldn't articulate that. So I was just literally like, "Don't do that."
But still, I think even saying like, "Don't do that," can kind of be enough, in some situations.
Makes them question why they shouldn't do it.
Yeah, because maybe they're too young to really realize.
Because they were
the nature of what they're doing.
Like 8.
So they wouldn't understand like imagery, but you could at least be like, "Hey,
they're black."
It's not a good thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just made me feel uncomfortable.
Also, you probably shouldn't be like laying on the ground of Dollar World.
Oh, no, they were
outside.
Are you gonna stay
even worse.
Because you don't want to lay on the ground outside either.
Laying on the concrete.
Yeah, either worse. They were on the concrete. It's like, man, get up. You don't. I'll butt you those pants. Get off the ground. All right, but on to
know my mama, son.
On to a bigger topic. I want to talk about Amber Goyer, fuck her. Don't matter what her last name is. I was gonna say, homie, you moving a lot in my ear. You good? I was like, fuck Amber and fuck this nigga over here.
I need at least one Viagra.
Jesus.
We're having trouble. I don't have them.
Can you get it excited?
You get it excited.
You got retwisted.
Hey, try it. You just gotta stroke it a little bit. That's all.
There you go.
Hey,
And just let it dangle.
there you go. There you go.
The angle,
It
the
just-
angle.
The curve is nice sometimes. Okay, it's all right.
Making jokes about a microphone no one can see. I was like, all right, you're off camera. You can make jokes about your off camera mic.
How loud are we now?
Is it?
How loud are we now?
I mean, yeah, you guys are fine. You're just
But how are we? Have we changed at all?
No, you're still excellent. I like how clear that came through too. Niggas. All right, so Amber, fuck her. That's her last name. Fuck her.
That's fucked up.
Fair enough.
I don't give a fuck.
Gotcha, go on.
Basically, Amber was the former Dallas Texan police officer who broke into this dude's house and shot him. He was on the couch eating, watching TV. Some random white lady, you know how dangerous white people be, broke into his house and shot him.
It's fucked up.
Okay, so are you gonna say?
I laugh because
Like,
this
and-
shit happens every day, man.
No.
Like,
So they lived in the same apartment complex. She got off. She parked on the 4th floor instead of the 3rd where
Got
she
off on the
lived.
wrong floor, the floor below him.
She should
I
have gone to the 3rd floor into the apartment. I can understand.
Here's my thing.
I've been
Okay.
blackout
Stop.
drunk many
I'm
times.
You
Thinking
shouldn't
about
be
it like an
driving a
axe
car.
murder movie
You
going
shouldn't
on.
be driving a car
And-
like that. Then.
Okay, no,
Shouldn't be
she
driving a
was
car
coming
with black
home-
It doesn't matter if you
Wait,
drive in a
wait,
car
I
or
read
you
the
walk to your house. When you get to the wrong spot and you're like, oh damn, this not
Exactly. When you walk in
Okay.
the wrong apartment and you're like, wait,
Because
That's
I
what
would
I
say
was
by
gonna
whole-
say.
that's
She
a
was
black
getting
dude
off
on
a
that
thir-
picture right there.
She was getting off
That's
a
not-
13-hour shift. I understand parking in the wrong garage and maybe accidentally walking into the wrong apartment. I don't understand shooting the person sitting on the couch.
No.
She's like, I gotta shoot someone.
Like, I get how maybe she ended up in his apartment. I do not understand how she ended up shooting him.
that and
Like,
you
you,
shouldn't-
should walk in and
there
realize
should
it's not
be
your
a line
apartment.
between this is a fight to the death, because he's like, oh, he's robbing me. Like, he on the couch. What robber be eating and watching TV when they rob you?
How the
So,
fuck did
okay,
she get in his?
so- Oh,
yeah,
hold
the
on,
good
hold
ones.
on.
His
I got a
flash
question. Hold
wasn't
up.
working properly.
Okay, so that's how she got in his
the door was
house.
a little open.
Mm,
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1. Number 2.
She got that. Shit got numbers.
that's a coincidental thing.
Yeah, right, you
That
That shit got numbers.
Double check.
They
I'm sure that
probably-
shit got numbers on it.
Her probably, but like you're coming off of a 13-hour shift.
Nah,
I
nigga.
understand
If
that.
I'm looking at my door,
If I gotta
and that
shoot
shit don't
somebody,
say the right number,
I'm gonna know where they
It's the
live.
right number, but
So I was
it's
gonna
like-
say, here's my point: is that I've gone to a place where it is floor after floor after floor, and all the hallways look the same, and I've been blackout drunk at the wrong door and at the right door, and you know damn sure when you get to that door, you know what's wrong or right.
Yeah.
like this not my house.
Even
like,
if it's
this
the
is not
same
my room.
exact one,
Like,
when you
whoa,
open
this-
that door and you walk in, you're
This
like,
door has some graffiti on it.
Yeah,
I think that's not my.
I get it if
No,
like the numbers were reversed or some shit like that.
you
Like
walk in.
For a-
I would never see that. I'm not gonna lie.
Like
If
402,
if I lived at
204.
if I lived at 41 and I was at 14, I would have to notice something else.
oh yeah, 100%. That's
It
what.
wouldn't be the
But see,
number.
that's what I'm saying. Like that would be the only like.
Number would be the last thing. I'd be like, oh yeah,
Oh shit, that's not mine.
Like, I understand even opening the door, but you walk in and realize that the furniture isn't where the fuck it's supposed to be.
There's a
it's
dude
not the
sitting
same
on-
The
way.
furniture's all different. Like,
different location.
Um,
Broke in.
Now,
must have brought that shit in with him.
her like defense said that he was standing, and like his defense said he was sitting on the couch. So I don't know exactly what happened there.
I'm gonna trust the defense of
I
the
just-
non-murderer.
I just
Yes.
no. I agree. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that like
We don't know. Who
we
was
don't
it.
know. So we keep saying this guy who's like sitting on the couch, which very well possibly could be, but very well possibly could not. Like it's standing. Like
Yeah.
if somebody walked into my door, I might stand up from where I was sitting on the couch and be like, "Who the fuck is in my
True,
apartment?"
because you would be like, "Whoa, someone just came in. I wasn't expecting them."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, a robber. Please don't shoot me.
And
Oh.
the thing that makes me the most mad is that
I
she
would've
gets
been
on
so
the stand and she's just bawling her eyes out, which the memes from that
Sympathy.
are hilarious.
bitch, why you crying?
And she has
Yeah, right?
first
Why
of
you
all,
crying?
It's sad. It's sad.
You a
that-
cop. You do that shit for a living.
It's sad to say that her getting on the stand killed whatever defense she had. It's sad to say that because if she doesn't get on the stand, then she has a chance of not being convicted. If she doesn't fuck herself. Because she gets on the stand and she says all this bullshit like, I was in the house and it was either I die or he dies.
Nigga, it's not your
No,
house.
And I'm like, why is that the fucking
It's not your
situation?
house.
Yeah.
Why is that the situation here? Because it's not your house. After the fact, why is that still the situation in your head?
Yeah. Plus, I'm sure dude tried to say some shit. Like,
Why are
probably
you
tried
in
to
my
talk
house?
to her a little
Yeah.
bit. Maybe, hey,
my house.
this isn't your apartment.
Something,
Hey.
something, my house. Were said.
Yeah. Had to be, man.
I wasn't expecting anyone at my house at this hour.
No,
It's not like he got up and
Hey.
said, "Ah!"
Who are you?
In my house.
oh shit, it's a bear. You?
RAWR. RAR.
So, oh, nah, this nigga.
Or it's 50 Shades of Grey and he's
Alright, you
expecting
gotta sit.
someone to come in with
You
like a
gotta
whip or two.
Watch out. Get down.
I didn't order me a white bitch.
She's
Like,
fine.
I'm not.
Why you got a
saying
gun? I
that
said knives.
It's something I'd ever do. I'm just saying I could understand
Oh, yeah.
walking into the wrong apartment.
I 100% can see that. But
Yeah.
I can see walking into the wrong apartment. I just can't see firing on that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you?
I've been
I want to know how
Ew.
much time went on in between these.
What?
I just want to know how much time it took for her to like go in the apartment and then like the time where she was in there and
Chill out.
shot him.
Yeah.
She
Chill
kicked
out.
off her feet, her shoes and
Yeah.
shit.
Like-
Took off her
And-
bra, and then oh
So,
shit!
according,
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. Oh shit, that nigga dead now.
according to
Jesus.
some other people in the apartment building, they like testified because like they heard shit, and like her defense said that she said like put your hands up like I have a weapon, like I'm gonna fire you, a bunch of stuff like
Bitch,
that.
this my house.
Like a bunch of people said that she like gave warning shot, like or no, she said she gave warning things. The like witnesses were like, yeah, we didn't hear shit other than a gunshot. Like
She lying, Your Honor.
She's like in my head. I was like, I'm gonna shoot you, and then she shot him.
She was like, yeah, good conversation.
That's the warning.
But so yeah, she's on the
that
stand,
bullshit.
she crying, saying all this bullshit, gets found guilty, not a manslaughter, but a murder.
Yeah, cause she killed that
yeah,
nigga.
she killed him.
She killed him, man.
And then I saw a picture.
Wasn't
on
no
Twitter.
accident.
I saw a picture on Twitter, and it was her in the mugshot shit, and I was like, okay. And then it was him in a nice suit and tie looking all clean, and I was like, that's how
Yeah,
it's
that's how you fucking do it. That's how you supposed to do it, man. Sick of all this. Oh, well, he was a thug. He was a gangster. No, nigga.
He was like a professional and knew, he like moved there from like an island, I don't know what one, and like English
Sounds like
a
homie was
second
on the
language
come
and
up.
stuff, and I think
Yep.
his job had to do with like teaching languages or like something with like that. Yeah, I don't know. I read
Decent
an article.
person,
But-
shitty person.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, this is a step forward in the right direction.
Yeah.
First off,
totally.
you're a police officer in
And
Texas.
Then I saw she
Shitty
got 10
person.
years. I saw she got 10 years, and I was like, that's not enough.
That's murder, though.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. As somebody who
Texas has no chance of parole for murderers, so there's that.
I say it like this: as a person who plans a murder, getting 25 to life, versus somebody who stumbles upon somebody and in an accident murders them. As long as they get like 10 to 15, I was about to say like anything
fine with
less
that.
than 10, I would have been upset with. But like 10 to 15,
As long as it's a mandatory 10, I'm fine with that.
because it's
Still kind of
it's still
upsetting.
first degree, but it's not like premeditated like anger.
She was
and
going
go-
into this
you know what I
job,
mean,
like,
literally just
now
I walked
what if-
into the wrong apartment and I murdered
What if she
somebody.
wanted to murder this nigga? What if he was just a little bit too loud? Like, not illegally too loud.
This
but, like,
motherfucker-
So she did this shit on purpose. So she did it on purpose. No. She's in jail. Like she's in jail. Like oh, I got him. Like no, bitch, you still got caught.
Super intense. Mr. Heckle's banging up on the ceiling.
But
He
she's
won't
above
shut up,
her.
so she goes to.
What? He's above
She's
her?
above him.
No,
So-
she's below him. She's
No.
the third floor. He's the fourth.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things. They're like, you didn't notice the skylight in the hallway, and I'm like, well, it was nighttime, so like, I could.
She lying.
It's light.
Big old glass hole in the ceiling.
Hold on. I be working 12-hour shifts. What's her job? She a police officer. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
There ain't stress there.
But yeah, that's also one of the problems.
Shit ain't stressful. No, nigga. She's a woman in a police uniform, man.
Arguments. They're like, listen, she's a police officer, and you're telling me she's not paying attention walking into the house, like.
Yeah.
True.
You should double check what house you're in.
What happened to her
She
6
shouldn't
and shit?
But then,
She
like I said,
nah,
it was a 13-hour shift. Did you hear one of her defense was that she was sexting her partner?
Ow.
Bitch.
Yeah,
And
that's-
she's like,
alright.
that's why I was distracted walking.
These are not. None of these are excuses for her to walk in and kill a nigga.
let me
though.
say that,
married
though.
Like-
partner.
If
I don't care. None of these are excuses to walk in and kill a nigga,
hold
yo.
on, definitely let me say this. If that's the case, I'm stitching on myself, y'all. I was sexting.
She's a bad person
I
all
was sexting my
around.
husband, and then
I
I'm
know if
tired.
she's
My
married
fault.
or not.
I don't care.
Sexting
I was
some person I met on the
cheating.
internet.
I was walking
And
in the apartment,
murdering
I saw-
someone.
Wait,
I
was she
saw a
cheating
bulge.
or was she sexting the person she was in a relationship with?
No, the
she
person
was-
she was
she-
sexting was in a relationship.
Okay, so
Bitch, I'm
so her
She's
and
a
her
side
partner
chick.
had been having an affair. They called it off a year earlier, but they continued sexting and
Who-
sending photos.
who-
So
they
I don't
both-
really
they
know
bo-
if that's calling it off.
They both
called
have
off the like
partners?
physical
No.
part.
No,
they were-
she didn't have a partner.
No.
See, she should have snitched on
So
herself.
and her partner was married, but it was like
No,
her
fuck
partner
that
and the
nigga. She should have
police.
snitched. What if that's what happened? What? Fuck that nigga. Listen, I'm not finna go down because I'm not going. That's because the story right now is stupid. I wouldn't want to go down with this story.
No.
I'd rather go down with that story.
She was
You wanna-
sexting and she just. Where does the gun come in, though, man? Where
I was
does the gun
sexting
come
like
in?
I
She was
Really?
sexting. No, she's sexting. Does not paying attention. Opens the door, not paying attention. Someone's in my house. Pow. So she's
Wait, what if
distracted
she's
because
like-
she's sexting.
What if?
She was like, "Oh yeah," she's like taking like a
No,
nice, like
she
shot
gets
down
up
here,
to-
like, "Oh yeah."
She
what
gets
if
up to the
Yeah,
door.
yeah,
She
she
gets like a
shoots
dick pic. She's like,
down.
"Quick, flick of the
like
bean."
taking pictures with the gun, and that's why she had
Wait, say it again. What?
like taking pictures with the gun, like
That's what I was saying.
shooting a load.
Taking selfies and then she see a nigga in the background on the couch like, what?
Who the fuck is this nigga?
Takes another pic. He's dead.
Why are there two people on this snap filter now?
It's like all of a sudden, it's just like another dog face just like pops up.
In the background.
What the fuck?
All right, but yeah, so fuck Amber. Not gonna talk about it anymore. Have fun in jail. Next topic I want to talk about.
She gonna get fucked up.
She gonna get jumped. I
I'm
hope
gonna
she
get
gets
the
jumped.
shit out of
Can I
her.
get that coke?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna say next topic I want to talk about.
Camera.
I learned today, which is from Today I Learned on Reddit. I don't know why I said it like that. Despite the myth that has been circulating for decades, fish do feel pain. Damn, nigga with the soda.
Snap into a Coke.
Despite the myth that. Alright. Despite the myth that has been circulating for decades, fish do feel pain and do show the capacity to suffer from it. Maybe.
Nigga, what? What? You said maybe, so it's still a myth then.
I don't know.
So basically, we have proven that fish do feel pain. Like they feel the stimuli of pain,
But
so they react to it.
Yeah,
But we don't know if fish can understand the act of suffering.
that's what I was wondering.
So they feel
pain
okay.
is
because like I've been
pain-
fishing and
So
like,
here we go.
I've
Here we go.
Pain
All-
is objective
All
to
organisms feel pain
Subjective.
under the definitions they use, basically avoiding averse stimuli. This becomes more of a question of what pain is. Reflexes are completed at the level of the spinal cord. I can sever your brain from your spinal cord, hold a torch to your toe, and your foot will kick the torch away. Is that true?
probably. I mean,
That's where your nerves
I
are.
don't want to trust some random nigga on Reddit, but like, is that true?
You want to try it?
What did it say?
I got a torch. We can just sever your
Can we
thing.
cut off your leg?
Oh no.
So it
Not
basically
yet,
says,
not yet.
Yeah, if I can sever your brain from your spinal cord, hold a hot torch to your toe, and your foot will kick away the torch. So if I cut off your head and put a torch to your toe will kick the torch away.
I'd believe that because of the whole,
Nerves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird
Alright.
nervous system.
So basically, the same thing happens with plants. When you cut a plant, you smell it. This isn't just the plant smell, but a fragrance deliberately released to ward off predators or attract predators of the threat. So, when you like fresh grass smell, you like
Yeah.
the sound of or the smell of dying grass.
Well, because here's the thing too. If you think about it this way, like
I'm
no,
allergic
not
to
even-
dead grass.
Not even to like the dying.
Love that
aspect,
shit.
but
Corpses of their bodies.
If you talk
Wait,
about
so-
like causing pain to a plant, like you can do like where you can like chop a limb off a tree, for example. It's not going to kill the tree, but if you chop a bunch of limbs off of the tree, it'll kill the tree. You can do small amounts of damage to a plant. It'll feel the pain. It'll like react to it,
Still
and then
grow.
Nigga, chill.
Yeah,
and then
it's still like grow
But that's
from
what I'm
there.
saying. So it's like
The
So,
headshot, nigga.
Like with the fish,
just
like
because it
I've
doesn't know what
hooked the
suffering
fish
is doesn't
straight
mean
through
it
the
doesn't know what
eyeball,
it is, or it
Wait,
and
doesn't
I've
feel
taken
pain.
that shit out and I put it back in the water. It just did its thing.
Why the fuck did you take the eyeball out?
I didn't. Just
Oh,
hooked the
just
eye, and I was like, "Oh damn, that sucks."
Damn.
he was like, nigga, my eyes are
Not even gonna eat it.
No, it's catch and release.
You know?
Do you think he just thought like the world turned into like one dimension after that?
Yeah. I was like, did he feel that actual?
Wait. If you're allergic to like grass, you have hay fever, like seasonal allergies, and you walk by like fresh cut grass, the grass is attacking you.
Also, if you have spring allergies, then you're allergic to plant nut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plant nut. So
I learned that in 9th grade because my teacher was like, "Who here sneezes in the springtime?" And everybody raises their hand. And they're like, "Yeah, you're allergic to plant sperm." And then just kind of stared at a bunch of 9th graders, expecting us not to be like,
"Oh, plant sperm!"
You said sperm.
I know 9th graders.
Plants be coming on my face.
Oh Jesus! But yeah, so fish.
It's a plant.
Fish feel pain. Okay, fish and plants and shit feel pain, but they don't experience suffering. At least we don't know if fish experience suffering. I don't think plants experience suffering.
"No."
Like, I don't want to be in someone's like, "Oh, you're wrong because see, you put this plant in the sunlight
You
and
can't
it's
say,
happy and it's like."
if you say that plants
guess.
experience, if you say that, then you're gonna like kill veganism. If you say that plants,
Because like, what if like, pulling them from the ground is like, "No, wait, stop!"
vegans are gonna be like, I can just consume air, I guess. Air and water is fine.
Air and dirt. Dirt's good.
Ever have that air diet? Yeah, then I'm poor.
Have you seen those like Buddhist monks who like survive
Not even the
off,
ice
like,
diet.
sunlight and like
What?
they
Fuck
eat
off.
orange
Yeah,
No.
they eat,
and
niggas eat
Shut
like
up.
plants.
They lying.
Bugs literally eat food.
That's where they're gonna die.
No. Buddhists, monks
No,
eat
that's
food.
it's a thing though.
Maybe
But they
I'm
be
getting the people wrong.
it's a
but,
thing
like,
though, but they
there's-
be eating on the low.
Monks eat food.
Not monks, but there's a people that just eats off sunlight.
No.
But they be eating
Bullshit.
on the low.
SpongeBob.
Alright. So the next topic I want to talk about. What? Brought the whole thing to a halt.
Inadia, yeah, I googled it.
I was like, I don't think you heard me.
Inadia, or breatharianism, is the belief that it is possible for a person to live without consuming food, and in some cases water. They claim
I believe
that food and sometimes water is not
Maybe it is true.
necessary for survival, and that humans can be sustained solely by prana, the vital life force in Hinduism. It's Hinduism, not Buddhism. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. I would.
According to the main sources of prana, and some practitioners believe that it's possible
was
for
that
a
you?
person to survive on sunlight alone. Supposedly, there's one of the famous people, his name is Ram Badur Bamjan, and he's a young Nepalese Buddhist monk who lives in somewhere in Nepal. And like, yeah, it's like a thing that like there's these people who like eat like a grape a year and like have been living for like hundreds of years. I don't know.
Hundreds of years? You got somebody who's living hundreds of years?
There was a guy,
One
there was a guy
grape?
who was
That's
like
hell.
100 years old.
That's hell.
I learned
That's
about
hell.
this.
What do you do all year, fam? What do you fucking do?
We eat snow cones.
I learned about this in the yoga class.
They
that I
probably
took in
smoke
college.
hella weed, yo.
What if those people like
I'll try to set off no
consume?
munchies.
What if those people consume carbon dioxide? What if they breathe in and they're like, and there's like oxygen.
Have that nigga with you in a running car when you in a garage.
We need more people, man. We
Probably
need more
just
people
do
like that. That
drugs.
we can just reverse fucking.
They just do drugs
climate
all
change.
year.
change?
Do
Get
ayahuasca.
everybody doing.
How the fuck?
There was this thing that
DMT.
like if the U.S.
Oh,
made
Shrooms,
cannabis
just a bunch of drugs.
and hemp grows like mandatory across the U.S., we could save the climate. The climate.
I believe it. That's what I'm gonna run on. All right. So the next topic I want to talk about: Spider-Man, Marvel, and Disney made up.
Yeah, I knew they were going to because I saw like a week ago they posted a Far From Home meme on the Sony Entertainment thing.
About a week ago. What? Good.
They posted something like a week ago about like
I'm sorry. Good.
they posted something 8 days ago about this Far From Home meme, and it was like in the heat of like the John. So I was like, yeah, no, they're coming back.
It was
And
just
then-
the fan, the reaction. Like, I feel like Sony was like, man, we don't need these niggas. And everyone was like, yes.
Yes, you do.
They were like, we'll make money anyway. And we're like, fam, we feel you. Yes, you will. But
You can make more money. This
Fantastic Four. See, go get with those niggas.
My favorite video or my favorite clip from that whole time is when Jeff Goldblum discovers it on like the red carpet for some like premiere, and they're like, "How do you feel about the Spider-Man situation?" He's like, "Well, huh?"
He said, "What happened?"
He goes, I don't know. Business. You speak so foreign.
He'd be like, "It happens sometimes." Like,
I hope that it works out. And I'm just like,
Jeff Goldblum.
But yeah, so basically Sony Entertainment and Disney jointly agreed that they're coming out with more Spider-Man movies. So like 2 to 3 more movies. Maybe,
Nice.
Yeah. Like
Nice.
2 movies and then Spider-Man appearances. I was thinking they might bring this nigga in after the movie and be like, alright, he appeared, and then
damn,
kill him.
how many fucking Spider-Man movies they're coming out with?
So basically we're getting
A
one
lot.
July 16th, 2021. And then there's one that's not scheduled.
How many of them are there already?
Already
back
there's
in
3.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got more than Iron
There's
Man?
two.
Already got
There's
a
two. There's
trilogy.
2. Far From Home and
They got way more than Iron Man.
Homecoming. Because Civil War is not his movie. That's just the movie
Nah,
he's
he's just
starring.
in it.
Yeah.
And
So-
the other Spider-Man movie isn't. He's not in it.
And,
And the
Infinity
last
War
one before
either.
that is the last one before that
the
was
Spider-Verse.
yeah, that
No,
was like
that's Sony.
Miles.
Actually, that's a good point. That's Sony by itself.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. I hope Sony does something more with that shit. I really like that one.
Mm-hmm. That one was really good. And
want
Far
that
From
to
Home
be-
was good too.
Yeah.
I really liked Far From Home, but like, I don't know. It just felt like, without being too giving away the spoilers, I felt like I was like, because I know who Mysterio is, I was like, all right, this nigga bad, and it's all a lie. But then I feel like going into that movie not knowing that, you'd be like, what? Did you know that going into the movie?
I didn't.
Was it like a?
That was like I'd heard the name Mysterio before, but that was kind of my first like introduction to him as a character and like as a villain too. So, going into that, I was like, "Oh, word, like, about
Yeah.
to team up with Spider-Man. I get it. You're in a different country, blah blah blah." But then plot change, like plot twist.
And it's crazy because like, without again giving away too much,
Right.
from the comics and from playing the games, you know what Mysterio is as a character. And then you go into this movie and you're like, all right, I feel like they're going to go this way and do this. And really watching it, even though I knew the turn was going to happen, I was like, I thought they were going to do it like how they did it here, and they really didn't do it like how they did it here. And so they made it. And I kind of didn't like the way they did it, but it felt more like, okay, that's just, it's another thing. It's another one of the Marvel's
They just
like,
added him in.
fallbacks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause
got
it's
you.
like, it's like the write-ins. They're like, he was there all the way.
He was in the whole thing. He was there the whole time.
Hey, my
Like,
shit
you didn't
hard.
see it?
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just excited for more Spider-Man movies. Plus, the way it ended was like I really didn't realize how monumental. Because I found out about Disney and Marvel splitting before I saw Far From Home. So they
Disney
split,
and Marvel?
or Disney and
Sony
Sony.
and
I'm sorry. I read about that before I saw Far From Home, and I was like, all right, they split. Hopefully they get back together and make a third one, but I still haven't seen this second one yet.
Yeah.
And then I saw the second one, and I saw the cliffhanger, and I was like, well, shit. Y'all gotta,
That's
Yeah,
exactly
whereas
how I felt.
y'all gotta-
I went in after the shit went down with Sony and Disney already. So like at the end of it, I'm like chilling at the edge of my seat, and Cliff's like, "Oh, don't you just feel bad now because there's no more?" I'm like, "Fuck you, man! Why'd you show me this shit?"
Because you gotta feel like me. I was like, y'all gotta watch this shit too.
That's
Yeah,
how I
man.
felt when I watched it, and then the next day they announced that
That's
they
what
were
I'm saying.
like
I think
coming
they was
back,
waiting
and
for. I think they was
like,
waiting for you guys to watch it because I was telling you to watch it for a grip.
They were like, okay.
Everybody saw it.
Now we
Alright.
can do it.
Damn, it's time.
But see, yeah, that's dope. Also, Kevin Feige is gonna come back. He's still directing a Star Wars movie, but he's gonna come back to
Respect on their name,
Wait,
yo.
sorry, one more time. How did you say that?
Kevin Feige.
Isn't it
Feige?
Kevin Feige?
I thought it was. Well, we just said it 3 different ways.
Feige.
I think it's Feig.
Kevin Feige.
That might be Paul Feig.
Kevin Feige. I don't know. We're gonna figure this thing out later.
Fiji?
Water. So,
Comment below
Yo,
how you think
hold
it's
on.
pronounced.
well, how you pronounce this thing name?
I
Say
heard
it.
somebody not pronounce it Fiji.
How are they gonna tell you?
Fiji?
How are they gonna tell you over fucking
Fiji?
comments?
They're just gonna say it.
No.
How? Oh my god!
They're just gonna say it.
No, like
Here.
It's just
spell
gonna
it
be a
out
bunch of
phonetically, like you
Here.
do on Facebook.
No, I mean, here, type something in and say it out loud. That's how they're gonna say it.
Oh, I got you. I
No,
thought you were handing me your
I'm
phone.
making nonsense.
I thought you were handing me your phone. I was like,
Here, all right. But no, to the main course of the podcast. I was talking about singing songs earlier. I'm not the only one singing. This nigga 6ix9ine is singing.
I said Trippie Red did it.
He says singing.
Send him Treyway.
He says singing.
Send me back home.
Cardi B did it too.
Jim Jones.
Pointing names, fingers, and it's like it's him too. Like and your babysitter
the
stole some
builder
cookies
is
while
in a
I was
licensed
gone.
Contract.
By the way, Justin Trudeau.
Oh boy, 6ix9ine. All right, so I saw a video that I think the New York City police released of the brawl that got 6ix9ine arrested in the first place. Let me see if I can find this because I think there were shootings and then everyone ducks to the ground. It's just like a security video from up top.
You know what? We don't know how to make our own
Alright, what's
shit.
this?
Let's go to
Okay.
Greece.
So this is the video of 6ix9ine and his crew leaving a boxing match.
All right, I see him. There's
They
Treyway.
run into their rival gang. They're like Casanovas or some shit. Casablanca, some niggas. Don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. I don't know your names. I'm sorry.
Casablancas.
they run into these dudes, and
Calabasas.
6ix9ine, this nigga goes from the very front all the way to the very back. He said, "Oh, that's some real problems up there."
He stops.
He said, "I'ma ghost my way to the back right quick."
He backed all the way up.
So, how much further back could I go? He said, "Yeah, from the back."
There's so many more of them. They assess that situation and we're like, nah.
Oh shit.
They also assessed that situation. It was like, y'all niggas back up.
That dude on the ground like, please don't shoot me. I don't know nobody.
So yeah,
That dude in that plaid suit.
the NYC police saw this and they were like, "You and your gang are violence and a threat and a nuisance, and we're gonna take you down because you're the one financing all this." And he was like, "Oh, me?"
Whoa.
And they were like, "Yeah."
Pause.
Not all.
How do you finance a
Hold on,
brawl?
Let me look at it this way. No. 'Cause here's
Finance
the
the
thing.
gang.
From their perspective,
that's
here,
just
let me-
the
let me
jump
just-
off point.
From their perspective, he is the person bringing in the most amount of attention, most amount of money, and if there's a funding operation, it's through him. But that's not it. He's making chump change in the media, and he's keeping that shit all to himself. They're making way more money selling fucking drugs.
They're making more money selling drugs, but
Yeah.
he best believe he is giving them money either willingly or by force. But they getting paid.
I mean, either way,
Now
how can
it's
you
by
look
force.
at that? How can you look at that situation and say
Be
that
like, oh,
they are
listen.
at fault in that?
Nah,
Like,
man.
I
There was
see
a bunch of
group of
people.
like 15 people getting jumped by a group of like 100, and the only way that they can ensure their survival, pop. I'm sorry, you literally. What's saying that those people aren't going to kill all of those guys?
I mean,
There's
like-
100 of them. Just trampling on them could kill them. Like fuck.
yeah, but it's not just. That's where I'm sitting over here with the blunt.
I'm waiting for you.
But yeah, that'd be fine if it was just in a vacuum, but it's not. Like, there's actual proof of these people being menaces. So it's like, this is all we need. All we need is you shooting at fucking Barclay Center or whatever the fuck it's called. And then we just, that's what you got. You're the face. I don't know him or him or him, but guess what, rainbow ass
I know
motherfucker?
you.
I know every color of your hair. I know where you got that shit done. I saw it. Got my shit done there too.
You're on 144th Street. I
Got
saw
my
you.
shit done.
No, that's not where the prosecutor got his shit done.
No, that's
they
where-
got money. So the 6ix9ine. It's fancy.
Oh my god.
It's somewhere up, not upstate.
You got that shit on 32nd
I don't know New York.
and Acorn.
He got it
That
done on
shit-
69th Street.
The upscale part of
obviously.
New York. I don't
Got
know.
it done on
got that on the
69th
Lower East
Street.
Side.
Manhattan.
Oh, right in the middle of
Oh, no.
Chelsea.
You got that shit in the business district.
That's how we just saying places. You probably know where they
Chelsea is in New York.
Next to the
shit.
Starbucks,
So-
I know where places
I don't know
are.
where-
We're so geographically uncultured. We know nothing. Is he from the Bronx when you get it done there? Why would
He says he's got money, so he probably
Fuck
do it in
that, he's from the
Manhattan.
Bronx.
True.
He's Treyway. He'd
Yeah.
be in the Bronx.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be
yeah,
anywhere
yeah,
else.
you're right. All right, whatever. Wait, hold on.
Definitely not Brooklyn. Honey more at least.
I'm saying the Bronx like he's from there. He could be from any part
Yeah.
of fucking.
This nigga name is David Hernandez or some shit. What, he-
I was about to say,
Might
he's
be from
Mexican.
Queens.
He's from Westchester.
Might be from Queens.
I think I'm from Westchester, from the suburbs of New York, and was like, "Hey guys, can I gangbang too?" And they're like, "Yeah, nigga."
Can I say the N word?
Hey guys,
Look at my face.
can I bang with you?
Y'all trying to bang? They was like, but so yeah,
These
6ix9ine
bitches think I'm stupid. I ain't stupid.
6ix9ine has been singing on everybody. Like, he told the feds Cardi B used to be a blood, and Cardi B's representatives were like, I mean, kind of.
She was a stripper.
They didn't say no. They said that she used to hang out
for a
with a
second.
certain gang. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say yeah, you'll be missed, but we'll see when you get back. But yeah, they got a phone call. But it's not like her lawyer base, or not lawyer, but her representative was like Cardi B was with the gang that she was affiliated with, but it wasn't the Treyways, and she wasn't initiated into the gang, so she wasn't a part of the gang.
No.
And all I heard was, nigga, you said kinda. I know you said no, she wasn't, but you said kinda.
So she wasn't initiated into the gang, but she was trapping. She was making some money.
What I heard was, nah, she wasn't part of that gang.
Not that one.
Not that one. It's this one that we said before that we were, and then we left it. So technically, it's like I already told y'all. I told y'all I left, but not that one.
I was about to say, name me one rapper who didn't trap.
And then he was like, Jim Jones also is a blood,
You can't spell
And-
trap without rap.
and Jim Jones was probably at home with his 2 kids.
Time out. Is it cool if Sam stops by for a second?
Well, how far away are they?
She's in Springfield.
I guess probably gonna be towards the end section of it, but yeah.
I think she's close to me. But it's fine.
Where was I? Something about this bitch ass nigga.
So someone was a blood.
Oh yeah,
he said okay. So he said Jim Jones was a blood, and Jim Jones, I don't know. He hasn't. He got 2 daughters, and he be finger painting with his daughters and shit. So I just imagine him at home, just sipping some hot chocolate,
He goes into the garage.
And
He's
he
like,
was
"Yo,
like-
what's good?"
and he just hears the news, and he's like, "What?" 6ix9ine said, "What about what?"
I mean, Snoop used to crit. Like,
But niggas not anymore though, nigga. Why you?
Yeah,
telling-
he
on everybody passed, and he was like,
Dog.
and Brian parked up a one way. He was in there for a hot minute, but he still parked there for a little bit. Say, nigga, why you telling
people on double park and shit?
Why you try snitch on everything? Yeah, and he ain't get that pencil back and forth period. Like, nigga, what the fuck?
He stole all of the pens from the teacher.
You know your lighters, nigga.
Gone.
Like 6ix9ine, nigga, chill. I know who broke your bong. You're like, all right, come with me. What you want?
It was Evan.
All right, nigga, I'll give you anything you want now. All right, I saw this meme. I'm trying to find it. Oh my god, do I want to talk about it on here or do I want to? Okay. I think we watched this video yesterday. This dude posted this tweet or this Facebook post. It's him and his girl, and it says she ain't the prettiest, but she loyal.
That shit.
Why does egghead ass man say this?
Why would you even post that and say that
Why
shit?
does Dr. Robotnik ass nigga say that?
I can't see it.
You can't see it here. I'll brighten this all the way down to you.
Wanna
Turn
be
it up.
Rick Ross ass nigga.
Why would he say that? Why would he?
He's like,
What
"You
went
may be
through,
ugly, but I'm stuck with you."
what
What
went
the
through his
hell?
mind when he? That
She's
geeks.
definitely hotter than he is.
That's the thing too.
like.
Okay, and so I think this might be a back and forth type thing with them.
Why his shit?
I
Why
guess-
his his line so clean, but his beard so scraggly?
It'd be like
Look at
that.
this.
I'll
He got
be
he got the cleanest edge.
I'll be shitting on. No, don't do it.
No, look at
don't
it,
do it
look
to
at
him.
it.
Nah, don't do it to
Look
him.
at it.
Everything else, shit up.
No, look at it.
Nah, don't do it to him.
Why is it like come down in like
Don't
a
do it.
cone
Yeah,
shape?
it's like-
yo?
it's just like- and then, like,
my fried
It
as
comes
fuck
up to
shit,
the
fam,
skin,
yo.
and it's just like perfect.
That's because that's don't
It's
do it.
lined up.
Oh.
It's nice and lined up. I fucks with that. But yo, this like Gandalf the Grey shit right here, fam. I'm not fucking with it,
He's got a
man.
Viking beard.
Like he looked like some like the only black nigga in Game
Like
of
he's a
Thrones type
berserker.
shit, fam.
Oh, what the fuck?
Fucking Dothraki ass
Oh, I see
niggas.
what you mean. All right. Yeah, what the fuck?
You're like,
I
Wait,
was
okay.
noticing that too, but I didn't know how to phrase it, so I'm glad you said something.
Why that nigga
about
got-
Yeah.
Why that nigga look like he got weave around his chin? Come on now.
All right. So yeah, I think him and his girl do this. Like they're going back and forth because someone posted a screenshot of someone that might have been his girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh, he just mad because I told his friends to eat ass." I was like, "So?"
Everybody eat ass.
Funny. That's a funny way to retaliate. She tell people I eat ass, but you know what? I'm stuck with her.
Someone
that
says she
bullshit.
should have did him and be like, all we do is clean and repair shit. But he loyal. He ain't got abs.
Got 2
Yeah,
kids.
now, but
He ain't got a lot of money, but he loyal though.
Yeah, ecstasy and battery.
He ain't the prettiest, but he looks.
I also saw this on Twitter.
He lost his job.
I saw this on Twitter. Watching The Parent Trap and wondering how I overlooked the fact that after their divorce, each parent just took a twin and settled on never seeing the other one again. What the fuck?
Yo.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
In The Parent Trap? What do you mean what's wrong with that?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
They were like, which one you want?
They don't even communicate with each other.
Like, it doesn't even matter.
Like, it's
you can
fine.
even rock, paper, scissors for it. You're getting the same thing either
That's
way.
literally like, alright, bet. I
It's
can
rock, paper,
have,
scissors.
I cannot have the stress of having 2 kids, but then I can see both my kids because they look the same.
It's 2 halves of the
That's
same
fucked
piece
up.
of cherry pie.
That's fucked up. And they're like, they never let them talk. If you knew you had another, the way they met too was on some weird shit. Like they both just were at the same camp. Like how? They dropped their kids off to the same camp and didn't coordinate.
It's called a plot.
Fuck you! They just called a plot
Actually,
hole.
that specifically is called a MacGuffin.
It's called a plot hole.
That's where the parents met.
Like, is it? I haven't seen that movie in a while.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
That sounds like
Wasn't
some
it
shit.
all girls camp? How could their parents meet at that?
Maybe
Was that
they're
Dennis
twins
Quaid?
too. I don't
That
know.
was Quaid. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's just that blew my mind because I was like, yeah, they really did just like, all right. It's like they had a Siamese twin and said, well, you would just want half.
That's different. That's different.
That's a rock,
They had
paper,
to go
scissors
through the whole
moment
surgery
right
of getting separated.
And
What if it was only attached by a nail?
Okay, but why not let them talk? Why not let them send letters back and forth and shit?
Why though?
What do you mean why?
Because
Because
fuck them, that's
you got
why.
a whole other person out here looking like you.
Nah, because fuck them, that's why. It's fine.
Because
They were like, nah.
If you had
Like,
a,
we're in the divorce.
Maybe the
we
parents are
don't
like,
talk
let's see how they
about
grow up, see
Well-
if they're different. We'll make them meet when they're older.
We'll talk about mom because mom ain't here. We'll talk about dad because dad ain't here. All right, you're an only child, nigga. That's it.
100%.
I'm sending your bitch ass to camp. You gonna like it.
Imagine being a child across an entire body of water in a different continent as your other like twin and your other parent, and just being like, I know dad is treating fucking my sister all the way over there better. Like I might go pack up my shit and
Like, fuck you, man.
we'll run around a fucking a revolving door.
Like, imagine if they,
for
like-
minutes and you fucking forget which one is which, and then
guess you gotta send both of us. Well, hold on though, because that should be their choice. It shouldn't be the parents being like, I want one.
what? You think it is
So,
a child's
puppy.
choice?
What, nigga? You shut the fuck up right now. No.
Or it should be someone else's, like the judge. Judge would be like, all right, listen, these kids should at least have contact.
Fam, I don't want a state
What?
telling me what I should and shouldn't do with my child.
No, fuck that shit.
That's the
Fuck
state
that shit.
does very much.
No, nigga, but that's not the fucking. That's not what they should
Look at
do.
it this way: the guy
Like, as
got
parents-
away from having to pay for 2 child supports. He's like, I don't have to pay you child
This is
support,
side- this
and
is
I
side
get a
joke.
kid.
That's the side
That's
joke.
not the side I'm on, fam. That's not the side I'm on. I was fine. We was talking about just taking one kid, but he said.
Well, I don't think either one. You already got a kid. It's not like the both.
Exactly.
It-
No,
it-
no
They
child
paying
support. That's what I'm trying to
child
say.
support. What are you talking about?
That was better,
Parental
but like
rights.
double the child support. That's
Because I was
that's
like,
a whole
how-
thing.
they
If you
both send
release
each other-
parental rights, you don't have to pay child support. What they probably do is got a divorce and release parental.
Because I was like, how they?
Nah, he
send-
kept
Couldn't
one,
talk
so
about-
we didn't have to pay
No,
child
no.
support.
But she-
Exactly.
she-
Yo, what is
Actually, each
Hold
release
on, she would
parental
have to
can
pay
go for one
him
kid.
too.
huh?
That's why it cancels out.
Each release parental.
If
can
she
go for
got
one
both
kid.
Makes
kids,
sense.
he'd have to pay child support for 2 kids. He takes one, he doesn't have to pay child support for it, and because he's got one, he doesn't have to pay child support for the other one.
Yeah,
But
She
he's gotta
has
raise that
one.
one,
He
he's
has
got
one.
What?
what?
But he's got to raise that one though.
What?
What are you
He's
gonna
got
say?
like
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
that's
she would
what
also
the
have
point
to
of the
pay him
child
out,
support
but
pay
it
is.
would
for
cancel out.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like
it cancels
pay for
out.
her life
That's
for
what I was trying to
18
get to, and
years.
you was like, no, here's the solution. And I was like, wait, let me work through it. And you were like, no, it's already here. And I'm like, nigga.
I was waiting for you to be like, but then he has to raise the kid. And I was gonna be like, yeah, but then he only has to pay to raise one kid as opposed to having to pay to raise 2 kids.
What? I'm saying
Child support.
either way, if there was child support, he would pay her and she would pay him, and then that's canceled out.
Plus, you could just be like, nah, my buddy's in check-ins or the savings, and I'm in Britain,
She
so
can
it's
say-
in British
she can say the
British
same shit.
savings,
What? I can't.
and I
save
got
my
to
money over
transfer
there.
it to my American savings.
Your shit costs more, so I'm not trying to get my more dollars, so you can have less dollars. It's back and forth either way. I'm saying don't split the kids up. Y'all think it's psychopaths.
Agreed.
Shut the fuck up.
Or they can live their entire lives and not know that the other person exists, and then
I can't imagine having kids that look like exactly alike and being like, go live in separate rooms.
rooms, they don't know about each
They
other.
live in separate countries.
Let alone like, yeah, 2 whole different countries. Like, nigga, yeah,
But
gonna
you
have
don't know
bunk
about
beds.
each other.
Y'all gonna be dressed in, not the same
No.
colors. But
You're not gonna have a
matching
psychic
colors, nigga.
bond with them. You're not gonna be like, who is reading my mind right now?
No, but they gonna have a second bond with each other.
Nah.
They're
That's just called
twins.
that's just called stoner mentality.
Oh, they gonna be high too. Don't worry about that. Coming out the
They
window.
could be those 2 dudes at college, like, yeah, we finish each other's pop brownies.
What I do?
But they both say pop brownies.
All right.
Sassy, watch out.
Pause.
Speed top.
All right, guys, got the blunt lit.
Love
It is time for horrors of the world.
Where's my snare?
It's just too similar.
Other than
This
got
is-
shit on
this
his
is creepy
J's.
Got a lot more than shit on his J's. It's just wet.
Was it diarrhea shit?
I'm taking
That's
this.
that slow poop guy.
Ew. That lo-fi hip hop.
I was about to say, is this
I like
just
it.
lo-fi? Or is this?
I thought I heard the beat drop.
Yeah, that was me. I made it fire there for a second because I thought that's what it was gonna be, but
This is hot. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I like that they're continuously in the same place.
Yeah.
yeah, see,
There it is.
I knew exactly what it was gonna sound like too. It's like you knew that it's gonna be like a '90s like snare and bass.
This is the horrors of the world. Listen, let this shit unfurl. About to tell you about a man who was trapped at the sea. He was trying to be everything. He was trying to be like Noah in the ark. But listen, he ain't even know where to start. His boat, it had a big old hole inside of it. So he had to go and pop that shit just like a zit. He had to dive back on because that shit was gone. He had to get his shit and then he got into a little dinghy. He had to go and trapped up in the thingies floating in the sea, and he had to get the key to live up. And then he ate the fish. He didn't get no bitch. He was sending out signals of distress that didn't get to anyone, not even his mistress. He had to take a misstep, and then he had to find his way. He saw a ship, and then they were hip. They saw him, and then they pulled him out. And then he was screaming, and then he was a shout. I didn't know how to flow that on, but listen, man, I'ma do it again because this rap is gone.
Homie was chilling in the park. Decides he wants to go swim with sharks. Goes and go to a boat. Maybe goes to float. Said the boat sinks down. Homie thought he was gonna drown. He said 76 days. Gotta do it. Chilling in the rays. Said his J's got dirty. Nothing was purty. He said he was looking kinda purty. That rock looking kinda flirty. He kinda out there by himself. Just looking for some crazy wealth. Maybe some shit to keep him real sane. Before he blows out his brains. I don't know, man. That's just the thing. But this is Cliff's podcast. So I'ma pass it right back. Go ahead, fam.
Hey, second time's the charm, right? I
Yeah,
like those parts
yeah.
better. Okay,
Duh.
so horrors of the world.
Do you think he said no when the rescue ship came and got him?
Why?
You think you said yes?
I don't know what you're referencing.
The implication.
Oh, jeez. Stop it. Okay. Trapped at sea for 76 days.
Nothing you can do out there.
I mean, he wants to say yes, but he's not gonna say no.
He wants to say no, but it's not gonna say no. You know.
It was like,
What if
get
it
on
was
the
like a
boat.
bunch of like pirates
Hey,
who
are
would have
there
just like killed
implications
him the
on
second
that
he got
boat?
on?
What
are
the implications here? What are we implying?
Where was the boat? Who caught?
Oh shit!
Okay,
I should have said something about pirates. Fuck.
Okay, I'll explain, because it is funny how he gets rescued, but it's not funny. In all these stories, I want to be like, what would you do? But in all these stories, I curl up in a ball.
Sea turtles.
Every single one of these stories, you would like to think you survived, but I mean,
I braided my
it's always not. Sometimes you're not the 12 that survive. Sometimes you're the 78 that die. And that's,
I just kill myself.
with what though? You just gotta jump in the water. I'm just not.
Swim with the fish.
I'm just lay here. And
It's all man because apparently
I'm
you
gonna
can live off of the sunlight, so that ain't gonna work.
I'm gonna die trying. It's a callback. All right, so I want to talk about this man, Steve Callahan. He's got a university degree in philosophy.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
Said Noah's Ark.
All right, so he left.
He's a philosophy major.
Yeah, he's a philosophy
76
major,
days,
and he
he's
likes to
just like
cruise.
laying there.
He's
What's
like,
the
fuck.
meaning of all of this?
It's like, should I die?
Even worse, he's just like, fuck. This means nothing. This sucks.
It's like, am I already dead?
It could have been anyone else. It didn't have to be me.
Why the fuck was it me? Is this my eternal death?
Done with all this shit, and he's just gonna write a philosophy book about the meaning of life.
Shit doesn't mean anything.
He wrote hella books afterwards.
He's like, I'm living in the middle of a land mass. I ain't going nowhere near water ever again.
No, he went.
There was
all over
nothing
water.
around me.
So
Only
basically-
sunlight and
It's like,
water.
you want to go swimming? No, bitch!
I live in the desert.
76 days!
Alright, so basically Callahan had designed, built boats, taught design, lived aboard boats, race boats, and cruise boats all of his life, all different boats. So in 1981, he left Newport, Rhode Island.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Did he produce Lil Boat?
Wait,
No,
What if-
not Liliati.
what if...
Sorry. You said he was working with boats all
what
his
if you
life.
guys
I
said
just
in the rap that he was like the goat of both?
He was the goat of boats. Nigga, the goat of boats who had a moat, and he toted that shit. And then he said don't, and then
But then
I
it
said
didn't
won't,
float.
and then it didn't float. All
Then he
right.
went to say until I got a toad. Went to Mickey D's.
So yeah,
Looking for some cheese.
Steve left Newport, Rhode Island. He had a Napoleon Solo, which is a 21.3 foot
Came out
slope
with the
boat
grease.
that he built himself. Built this shit by hand. Maybe that was his
Doing a
downfall.
good job, apparently.
So he left. He left the phone. He was trying to go to England, but then he dropped out of the race. When it got moved to Spain, I guess. Bad water had sunk several boats in the fleet and damaged many others, including his. So I guess he made it to England, and then they were going to go to Spain, and he was like, nah. But then a storm came and knocked out a bunch of boats, including his.
We're gonna go to Spain, guys. Come on, let's go get our boats.
He eventually made it.
Already see
He
that
eventually
in Spain.
not landed, but he docked, fixed his boat, and then he sailed down the coast of Spain
Once again, didn't do a very
and the
good
coast of
job.
Portugal, out of Madeira and the Canaries. He departed El Hierro in the Canary Islands on January 29th, 1982, still headed for Antigua. So basically, a storm comes again, and although it didn't sink him outright, it kind of puts a hole in the ship.
Wait, so he's like.
But
in the
he has
Mediterranean.
watertight. What? Yeah, he's in the Mediterranean that
Okay.
area.
Really
I
should
want to
check
pretend like
the
I know
weather.
where he is, because again,
No,
geography
I'm just
lacking.
sitting out here like I imagined he was in like the
Middle of the
Pacific
ocean.
or like the middle of the Atlantic or
Like
something.
where
Like,
there's nothing.
I guess like if you were in the Mediterranean,
How
that
do you
shit
spend
just goes in a
60 days in the Mediterranean
Without
anybody finding you.
It's blown.
You know what it was? He probably was on like Death
Well, because he
Island
doesn't
or,
stay.
like, Dead Snake Island.
He
or
doesn't
something
stay in
like
the
that.
Mediterranean the whole time. So basically, his ship has airtight components. So when the storm comes, it doesn't really affect him as much.
Just floating around.
Even after the hole, though, what
He'd
happened?
have to be in the
That's the problem. Is he
Mediterranean
goes in the
entire time.
airtight compartment thinking he's safe,
So
something happens to his boat where it starts taking in water.
he has a book
boat
later
starts
where he
sinking.
says that he thinks a whale came by later and did the second damage.
It's not a whale, dude. He ran into like some fucking like a rock or something on the
Ran
fucking.
into a
Whale's not like, fuck your boat.
Let this nigga live. All right, so basically he had to get
Like
off.
they
the
find
boat.
his boat like propped up
There's like
on like a rock somewhere on like.
there's a
high tide.
narwhal out there with like a
Low tide,
leather
watches the
jacket.
water.
And he has like
Oh,
green
look,
mohawks.
there's-
Like, I
Hey,
fucking hate
hey,
boats.
Comes out with his horse. And
A
fuck
whale,
you.
man.
Let me get more than a sentence. It's not a long story, but yeah, he basically gets on a 6-person boat all for himself. It's in the little inflatable life raft thing. He's got measures for 6 people. He got a piece of cushion and a sleeping bag, an emergency kit containing food, navigation charts, a spear gun, flares, torch, solar stills, drinking water, or solar stills for drinking water, and a copy of Sea Survival manual written by Douglas Robertson.
So he was well prepared.
That's a normal like sea ration. Like,
I mean, if I ever go over the
At
sea,
least it was
I'll have at
only
least that.
him.
Even
you'll have that with all
He
of
was
us.
like, I've seen Life of
Share,
Pi.
motherfucker.
I'm
kill it.
minus 1 tiger.
I was gonna say, am I the tiger?
We pushing your ass over water if you fucking try to get more than one ration.
Excuse me.
I'll try to get.
He
look.
said he was going from.
We're gonna kill
for
him.
instance-
We're not gonna push him over
for
water.
instance,
'cause
Lloyd-
we need food.
Hold on, for instance,
I'm not eating Cliff.
Come
don't
on.
eat me. For
I can
instance,
kill him. I can't eat him.
But for instance,
on.
Lloyd,
I'm gonna be eating his life. I'll be like,
yeah. So
I'm gonna be the
really
first
good
one to
arm.
suggest. Just kidding.
his butt cheek is
I
real
was
good.
I don't need to sleep. I'll kill both y'all. You sleep. But what I was saying was, Lloyd and May don't need to eat as much as we do,
No.
and then you guys don't need to eat as much as I do. So
Yeah.
like that's how we're gonna split the rations.
Oh wait, I guess
No,
that's
true
technically
that.
not.
Plus, like
The way we split the rations is
we'd be
like you just
we'd be
said,
well prepared.
except we could all eat for a lot longer if you weren't there. So
Just kill me, like I want to die.
Not killing anybody. Just
May just jumps overboard. Like,
Yeah,
what the
she'll
fuck?
just she'll
No!
not eat and wither away.
We can't.
We'll fight Lloyd for his rations all the time.
I'll be.
You and I are not gonna butt heads on this, fam. We just eat, fam. Let's just eat. We like, and at least enough for the 2 of us, man.
Once we overpower Cliff.
Yeah, they were solid. They were solid.
overpower me.
I'll just be calm. I'll be eating raw fish.
You don't think?
Let him pulling the fucking hook out of his ear like,
How
I got a
fast-
shoelace!
how
Let me
fast
get some fish!
How fast?
Ryan,
can
come
you
on,
kill me
please give me a
before
piece
can
of
put a
corn, I
hole
want
in
some
the
fish.
ship?
No, she's like, my
How,
precious.
yeah,
you
wait,
gotta
hold on.
use the
How fast
fish
can you
to
kill me
get
before
more
I can put a
fish.
hole in the ship?
What?
In the inflatable. How fast can you kill me before I can put a hole in the inflatable?
Give you the inflation.
Why would you want to do that?
All I
Then
need to
you-
do
If I'm
is-
a die?
All I need to do is
Why would you want to ruin it if you're gonna die?
Jump in the water.
We all gotta live.
Say the N word.
You're just gonna make our lives worse because you gotta die.
I can float, you can't.
What happened?
Boom.
Nah. I was just keep singing it. If we all died anyway,
That's a good play.
He said he was gonna plug my ears up,
See,
scream
y'all
the
gonna be
N-word,
trying-
and then come back.
y'all gonna be
Come
trying
after
to
him.
plug my ears up. That's the
Or
funniest
plug
part.
my ears up.
Plug your ears up.
Um,
And then I'm gonna jump in the water and
not
you're
yet,
gonna chase
because
me.
y'all gonna be trying to kill me. I'm gonna sink the raft. Shark gonna come and eat us all
Oh,
because of the blood.
This is
They're trying to kill me.
exactly why we're killing.
we're
I'm
not.
trying to get-
Yeah,
This is literally
we're
why we're killing
not.
you.
We better not be in a raft. Like,
That's what this nigga's in.
He's in a raft. He's in a
That's
6-person
We
raft.
don't need a vengeful
yeah,
person.
no.
You said you're gonna kill me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah, not you. But
I'm
that-
gonna eat raw fish.
We're
and
just
be
gonna punch you
gone.
in the, we're gonna punch you in the nose and leave you to the sharks.
I want to get no.
Sink that shit
Day
from
2,
underneath.
we're killing you. Sorry, Cliff. Day 2, we're killing you.
What? You give him day 2?
Because we need all the information that we can get. Panic ensues, then a panic chills. By
Information.
night 1, I can get as much information about geography, about anything that I can out of Cliff, and then I push him over.
I would just give him at least until he like starts like
How are you gonna
actually
keep me in
cutting
the
into
water?
the food.
I would just say
How
day
you keep me in the
1,
water.
What? We're
start
snapping
sharpening
the
a
neck.
rock.
When you're asleep.
Day 2, kill.
I'll go to sleep till everyone around me is asleep. So like, gotta make sure y'all niggas asleep. Now I'm gonna be like holding mirrors to your like.
We're gonna
So gonna
snap
be
your
holding his
neck.
breath like
Probably gonna snap your neck.
I'm asleep. Nigga, go away so I can breathe.
I'm never gonna go with any of y'all.
Violent ass niggas. I was just saying I'm trying to survive. Y'all was like, yeah, let's kill niggas. All right.
We're trying to survive too.
Yeah, and your bones can be used as
67 days
useful
is a long day to
tools.
See,
split
76.
rations 6 ways.
See,
There's a
the
lot.
funny thing is that with like, ensuing climate wars and how much the ocean levels are gonna rise. Like,
Okay,
real life
okay,
scenario.
back to the horrors of the world. Talk about the other horrors of the world. The real life.
The ones that are here.
Meteor becoming crashing.
Global
The
warming is
ozone
among
layer
us.
leaving.
So yeah, basically,
We
Actually,
are
for
fucked.
the first time
Alright,
since
so-
the 1980s, the ozone layer has grown this year.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so Callahan basically is adrift. He's using a spear and all of his tools to hunt,
Maybe it was last year.
and then his boat starts to like, just things go by that put holes in his boat, and then he slowly starts going like south, then he starts going west, and he's just like, I'm just floating further and further away from people, so I'm fucked. He spots 9 ships though, and he's like trying to use a radio he has. Like, he has like everything, and he's like, no one sees him. He's like, nigga, here, me,
Please
save
help
me.
You see,
We can't stop moving.
I see the iceberg you're
I
talking
think
about. I
it's-
just don't see you. I'm sorry.
Don't kill me depending on where we are. Like, if we're in the middle of the Pacific, just fucking kill me. But, like, if this is ever, like, actually in the Mediterranean or, like, the Caribbean, hang
We'll swim.
on. Like,
hang on.
I'll paddle.
Like,
I'll
hang
paddle.
on. It won't
listen,
take
if,
that
listen,
long.
if Cuban dudes can get from Cuba to Florida in a refrigerator, I'm pretty sure we can fucking.
Refrigerator. I was literally about to say a refrigerator.
Yeah, we can survive.
yeah.
That's not
Pretty
right.
sure we have at least one paddle.
Not even if we have paddles. Like
Just
if we don't
like
have
use
paddles,
me and Lloyd as paddles.
let's say we can chop off a couple of arms or something.
Jesus. All right, so
We'll
yeah.
take all of our shoes together, make some paddles,
Nope.
shoelaces, shirts.
So Callahan couldn't get in touch with any of the ships, so he was like, "All right, I gotta just do me." So he exercises, navigates prioritized problems, repaired the ship. Like I said, he fished.
Yo, can you imagine being stuck out on a boat and being like, I'm gonna
He
do
just
some
said, "Fuck it."
sit-ups?
One,
I'm bored as fuck.
Summer's coming around the corner. Like, gotta get this beef burger ready.
He's like, I'm gonna come back from this a better man.
I'm gonna be fucking ripped, baby.
do it.
I'll
Like, what do you think
I'll
this
see.
They're gonna be like, "What's your meal? What was your meal regimen, man?" Oh my god.
Yeah, like you're working out,
Nothing, son.
using more, like,
I intermittent fasted. There were days in which I just didn't eat.
I went on the keto diet.
I had a fish.
Best thing I
I
ever
had one
tried.
fish every 3 weeks.
One
That was
day,
my diet.
I had a Twix, and that was my diet.
I want Twix bar.
One time a Twix bar floated downstream.
That's too far away.
Can you imagine being, like, stranded, but it's next to one of those, like,
And you just see a
things
Twix
that-
bar like explode
like,
downstream. You're like,
no,
oh
but it's next to
fuck.
one of those, like, commercial, like, ships that tips over, and so all of a sudden there's just, like, a bunch of bags of chips floating by, and you're like,
Fuck yeah.
Oh, you're fucking solid, yo.
Basically, on 4/20, 1982, he spotted some lights. He was outside the island of Guadalupe. The next day, on his 76th day afloat, fishermen picked him up just offshore. There were birds hovering over his raft. He had ran out of pretty much every provision he had, and the birds were just waiting for this nigga to pass. They was plotting on the
Yeah.
next meal. They was just like, "He won't cut," and then some fishermen pick him up just off the coast and save his life. And the birds were like, "Damn, that's blown. All right."
He was trying to kill the birds. They were just they were flying way too high.
Why was he just trying to kill the birds?
He lost a third of his weight. Nigga, he was so by the 76th
Got
day
that
he was just like
beach body.
Wait,
He
wait.
was working out too, yo. That ass
Wait,
probably ripped.
by day,
wait,
Nigga was
hold on.
cut
Oh,
up.
0% body
by
fat.
day 76 he literally is just laying like, oh no, I don't even have strength to
Hella
move.
tad. Yeah.
Don't have any strength
Wait.
to move.
Where was he when he set sail?
When he set sail, he was, let me see,
It's gotta be that perfect bronze now.
set sail from Newport in Rhode Island.
Can't get that at a TEDx a lot, yo.
He's gonna
And
be
from there
bronze
he
for
went to
life.
England,
That's
and from England he
burn.
went to Spain.
Okay, because Guadalupe Island is like in the middle of the Pacific. Not in the middle, but like.
Yeah, wait, zoom out. That's how far he floated.
How did
He
he float?
floated into the Pacific.
Through the Panama Canal?
Like,
Through the Panama
Yeah.
Canal?
He fell asleep through that part.
what did he do? Go around Asia?
It says,
It's like, wow, look at all the
Goes to
tall
Spain.
grass.
Still headed for Antigua.
Okay.
Okay, this says he was in France.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where's Guadalupe Island, though?
Southeast of this. He was in Marie Galante, which is southeast of Guadalupe.
Because Guadalupe is
Guadalupe is probably in France because that's a French flag.
Guadeloupe.
Guadalupe
Yeah,
is a
that's
city in Spain.
Guadeloupe.
That's a French flag.
Landlocked
Yeah,
island.
that's in France.
That's a French
That's
flag.
Guadeloupe.
Great.
Where's it say it's located?
It's in France. That's a French
Well,
flag.
obviously, I'm like,
It's in the North Atlantic.
thank
Guadalupe,
you.
Spain.
Yeah, there's gonna be a place called Guadalupe, Spain.
Okay, when I typed in Guadalupe, that's what popped up
It's
first.
not Guadalupe.
How
I just said
How do you spell it?
It's spelled like Guadalupe, but it's pronounced Guadalupe.
Guadalupe.
Wait, where is it?
That'd be France.
Loupe.
Guadeloupe.
Oupe.
Yeah.
Is it spelled the same?
No. Spell
They call it Guadalupeans.
No. Not France.
We got the 25th GDP.
Might not be called that. But France.
What do you want, Sassy?
With a name like
Still
Wapaloo.
She wants her
totally
toy, and her
landlocked,
toy is
though.
buried all over there.
I don't have it.
Guapaloop.
Guapaloopa.
But yeah, so it's basically we got the North Atlantic. Why is this I want the bigger picture.
You always want to see the bigger picture.
But yeah, so he's outside of France.
Nice. Nice.
But so yeah, just like the freestyles, the horrors of the world kind of got off track, back on track. Nigga was afloat for 76 days. So.
He's outside of France, but he's inside Japan. And he's see, I can't go past that.
Ah,
That's
nigga,
all
what
good.
you had it?
How you not even going for 4 though, man? Come on.
I didn't make it to 3.
The 2's like.
I wanted to immediately go back to about like Dickie where he's talking about eating the pussy like cervical cancer, but he's a Trojan man.
I had a little talk about it.
No. So I always get a boner in my physical.
Alright, okay, thank you.
He said that this is cultural
The Xbox controller
appropriation.
on my dick make it vibrate so I jerk off as a
We
child.
get no more of those today. He said,
I was slept on like mattresses. Straight
I got
out
my
the
head
ass
right.
like flatulence.
What?
Straight out the ass like flatulence. I was slept on like mattresses.
I got my head right. Aspirin. I'm cashing in. Wait, oh, no, I could do the whole thing, though. No.
I'm not about to go and get the paper and display it like a thumbtack. No touchback there. About to run us back. The unicorn.
I brought you flowers. No, don't dumb with that.
What line were you at?
Run it back.
He said something.
No
something.
touchback there. About to run us back.
And if you ever met me, you root for me, sharp shit coming off my dome. I'm a unicorn. Part of my breath.
Only
Only
thing
Perkins
is
that
that
I freckles
freckles
his
is
breath. Elevator, kiss it, host
Host
of
of
the
the
rich. Freaky Friday, I
I
get
get down like Chris.
Wait.
Hold on. Hold on.
Alright.
Pass me the rock.
No. Yeah, is there
Wait.
anything? Copyright.
Jump at him.
Copyright claims for whatever the fuck it's
2
called.
shots of the line.
Explain the words, but hey, nigga, that's it's not your audio, it's our audio. Just, I ain't even no beat in it. Back itch hella. Alright, is there anything you guys want to say for me in this podcast and I get a back scratcher?
Intern.
Intern.
Oh, I feel like got paid, nigga. You can't just, that's slavery.
It's
What?
called
Free
being an
intern.
intern.
Who the fuck, what?
Unpaid
Eventually
intern.
what? I'm gonna give him a job and do what?
Get a job at McDonald's.
Don't you do unpaid internships to get a job or get references?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Get
my reference. And nigga, I
experience.
work at Hills.
To get experience.
Yeah,
So
get
you can work
experience.
somewhere that needs 1 to 3 years of experience for an entry level position, even though you've already entered the position by getting the
Think I'll be like,
experience.
oh yeah, what set have you worked on? Oh, this John called Higher Education's podcast. I've never heard of it. Let me see that shit.
Intern.
Intern.
Like nigga, I say 26 subscribers.
Yeah, and then if they ain't doing their job, then we still be at 26 subscribers, so they better as be finding a new job. What? Plain facts. If we invest
more
in a company
subscribers.
by getting an intern, then the shit better see a return.
If not, we just fire the nigga.
Yeah.
You're fired.
All
He
right,
gets college
Trump
credits.
that nigga's ass. All right. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Fuck Trump. Impeach. I don't care. Bring
Yep.
on Mike Pence. That nigga.
Buy
nigga-
Bitcoin.
Funny
He
guy
ain't gonna
too.
do shit.
He ain't gonna do. We can square up if you
Yeah.
do. That's,
Buy the dip.
square up on some real shit.
Download Mario
Secret
Kart.
Service.
Calling out Mike Pence right now.
Secret Service, let us shoot the ones. What's good?
Let's go. Like,
He's like, no.
I have
Fuck.
an actual gun.
Fuck you thought this was? Alright. So, I've been Cliff. These guys have been, you can introduce yourself since you didn't before.
I'm X.
I'm Lloyd.
I'm Brian.
And I'm May.
And this has been Higher Education's I'm not gonna do that shit. Podcast. Bye.